Hey everyone, welcome back to Market Mama's channel. We're super excited today to introduce Jonathan Mendoza. Very cool to have you here. We met in our previous trading course around early 2022 and just began a lot of Zooming and collaborating as we were developing our trading edge. And then we also really supported each other's psychology, and that centers around our intentions here at Market Mamas. So I just was so excited to have you on the show and have you share your journey with all the Market Mama community.
Thank you, Kendra, and thank you, Becky, for having me. This is a great opportunity for me to share with the new community day traders. My name is Jonathan Mendoza. I'm from Mexico originally, from the state of Puebla, and then I was brought to the US in 2004, and I began trading in 2021, and in 2022, that's when I decided to study trading professionally. So that's where I began trading. I didn't even have um any ideas of how to recharge or how to do trading at all. I just looked at the charts and I was like lost completely. That's how I began trading.
Nice. Well, thank you again for being here with us. We're really excited. We love talking to other traders. And I love how you and Kendra became trader buddies because Kendra and I were accountability partners early. And we always talked about who we were reaching out to. And you guys developed a bond early, which is so awesome. And I guess I was
Yes.
wondering too, if you knew people who were trading, or how did you even hear about trading and come to get into it? Did you have trading friends prior to starting?
Not at all. I began by hearing commercials and YouTube about trading. So that was the marketing in 2020 and 21. I didn't have any idea of what day trading was at all. I didn't
Yeah.
even know about stocks, anything. So 220 was the beginning of a different chapter in my journey,
Hmm.
and that's how I got to know trading. But then I started falling in love with it, and I decided just to look for a school, and then that's why me and Kendra met. And because there were too many students, really great students, so it was hard to choose. But when she was offering help, like everybody was offering help, and then she grabbed my attention because she was very well dedicated to this type of profession, and that's how everything began. She's been seeing my struggles, my ups and downs, and to the point that I really wanted to quit.
Right. So we all went through that struggle period. Trading's it's the
Yeah.
hardest thing, right? So I believe now that you trade futures like us. Is that true? And did you always trade that, or did you do any swing trading or options?
One of the things that I learned from someone very wise said, I'll be afraid of a man who has practiced 1,000 times the same kick than a man that fights in a different way. So,
Bruce Lee.
yes. So that's one of the things that I learned. So if I wanted to be a master, and one of the trends, you gotta begin with the biggest shark in the tank in order to master. Because once you master the biggest shark in the tank, then everything else is gonna fall by itself. So I decided to do the SP 500, and that's it. Nothing else. That's the only thing I do. SP 500, and with time, I have learned how does the trend work, little by little.
Yeah, it really takes time, but if you really dial into one thing, we agree that that has been a better place to grow from is just focused work. Yeah.
Yes,
Mm.
that's exactly how I want to tell people that in my personal experience, there were things that I was not doing right. That's why I started struggling at the beginning, right? Until I understood the game. So in 2023, even Kendra knows that I really wanted to quit. I told her, this is it. Nope, I'm not good for this. I'm gonna give up. But then I had a great motivation. And one of those motivations is a lot of people don't know about my story, but I haven't seen my family in 20 years. So that's my biggest motivation. So that's my main motivation. And then it's happening. So everything happens for a reason, right? So this is the reason. Um, and this is the gift that I want to take to my family. After 20 years, that's why I decided to fight and learn the game. And Kendra has seen my improvement. She has seen my summary of my gains and my losses.
Oh,
And to be honest, I'm amazed. And thank you for teaching me a lot because she helped me a lot, and I'm so thankful.
You
Okay.
helped me, real quick, Becky. Because Becky knows you have been a fighter, and it started out, yes, with me, helping you, but you brought it right back to me. I mean, we would have a session, and you came prepared, like you had done all this, back testing. And what I loved about you is it was like the perfect example of like collaborating creatively, which we've talked about in another episode. Whereas you didn't just want to learn the material that was being fed to us. You took it in and you like made it your own, and you found a way to read the market, in your own unique way. And then you were able to show me, and it's like you were just amazing. And I mean, so yeah,
Thank
I
you,
just hats
thank
off
you.
to you.
You
I
know,
knew
I
you
want to
were
share.
always been a fighter.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I want to share my personal experience. So, first of all, I want to say trading um, has two different types of games. You either go down or you either go up, right? So, first of all, I was looking for the money when I started trading,
Yeah.
and that's what everybody looks for, right? And I want to say something. I just don't want you to take it as an advice for the people who's gonna watch this video. I break the rules since day one. Okay, so that's why I think I started teaching my own way. I broke the rules since day one. I never listened to my instructors, to be honest. Why? I don't know why, but I never used to stop loss in my day trades. And some people say it's a gamble. Yes, but I understood that you just gotta follow it until you find a point. You know what? This is it, and that's how I started it. And I wanted to change my brain, my regular brain, for one made out of steel. So I understood that that's the only thing I needed to do. I forgot about the money, and that's how my journey began. I stopped looking for the money, in a few words.
Okay, there's so many questions I have, Jonathan. I really love your dedication to your family. I think that that's beautiful. And it seems like you've had so much growth in your journey. I mean, so much progress and evolution. I'm wondering, with everything that you have overcome, what would you tell yourself to prepare for what you were going to go through? If you could go back in time to those first couple of months when you were just starting, what do you have any advice for your younger self, baby
Since
trader?
for a baby trader, I would say just take your time. Don't rush it. It's gonna be there for life. So
Mhm.
why would you rush it? It's like, think about this way. If I was a doctor and it's my second year of being a doctor, would you let me do a heart surgery on you? No,
Nope.
right? So this is the same way I look at it. My personal way. I see it that the trend, the economy is never gonna go nowhere. So why would I have to rush? Is I have to get ready first. I have to be
Yeah.
the doctor of the heart of the economy. So I had to get ready for that surgery. So that's why I decided to bring up a plan of 4 years before I start live trading. But on the side, I've been doing long-term trading, and it's been great. Um, I've shown kind of my gains, my losses, like I said. Um, so far, in my real money, I have made 150% return since like 3 years ago. So this changed my life forever, and I just want to keep on going. Before I go back home, this is the one I give. This is the gift I want to give to my loved ones. That's the reason I would advise traders: take your time, practice it. Don't take simulation like a game. Take it like it's real money. It hurts. Take it like it hurts. Like
Mhm.
damn. But when you gain, as soon as you get your first gains, don't try to come back ever. Don't do it. Just don't. Just go, uh, enjoy your life, be you. Forget about trading. Just forget it like it's not in your life, because that's the first thing that kills everybody. Temptation is your number one enemy. I see it like the sniper of this game. Why? Because, I got gains. I can get more. I can get more.
Yeah.
You go. That's the biggest mistake you already made. Taking the decision again. So in this game, you gotta understand that just be happy. Even if you get $50, just leave. Just leave. Just don't come back. That's my best advice for the traders. Take your time. Just create your own style. The way I trade is very simple. I don't use too many. Like I said, I broke the rules since day one. I just decided to teach my own ways and see how it works 24/7, and that's how I learn it. So take your time and enjoy the ride. That's all you have to do.
Nice.
That's really great advice. I love that. And
Mhm.
so many things to unpack right there.
Thank
And
you.
you have treated simulation so real. You're the only person I know. And this has been my struggle, like to respect simulation. And so hats off to you for giving yourself that time, being realistic in, your growth period, dedicating those years and just being so, dedicated to your own process and your own way. That's just really great advice for all of our community. And so what was your biggest psychological hurdle to overcome? If you could tell us about that, if you had a slow period, and just, explain how you got through that.
Okay. First of all, the biggest challenge psychological was overconfidence. Once you see that you gave first 2, 3 games, you feel like you rock the world. That's the biggest mistake of everybody. That's the beginning of your downfall because too much overconfidence can kill you right away, right? It's like, oh, I already got 600. You enter the trade, you lose half. Oh, I think it's gonna rebound. You're just guessing, right? So it's like, how you gonna hire a lawyer if you don't know the record of that lawyer, right? It's like being blind. So that's the same thing you're doing when you enter a trade and you wanna get more. And then, oh, I already went to my stop loss. Oh no, oh, it's gonna rebound. And that's where everything begins. And you hoping that it's gonna come back, but it's just gonna sinking and sinking and sinking. And so you say, you know what, this thing is gonna go lower and lower. And what happens? People cashed out, and then when they see it's gonna go up again, they enter again, and then turn around again. So that's the biggest problem that I went through. So I would do 6, 7, 10, 15, 20 trades a day. Sometimes the most I did in one day was like 20 buys and 20 sells. Imagine that's the first thing that is gonna drain you, your commission fees. So
Mhm.
now, before when I used to get a good gain of, I don't know, let's say 1,000, my commission fees will be like 300, 400. Plus, imagine plus the being taxed and how much I'm gonna take home. I'm not gonna take anything. So now the difference is I wait for the right moment. I don't rush it. I get my cup of coffee. I make my breakfast. While I'm making my breakfast, I have my computer right next to me, and I'm just waiting and just trying to draw, follow the drawings. So that's one of the things that was so difficult for me. So now, like I showed this morning, Kendra, no matter what, I knew I was gonna get a big gain. I needed to train my brain. Just be happy. Don't try. Just be happy. I know you're gonna make a lot, but remember the first thing you gotta do is just take whatever the market has offered you. Don't even try anymore. Just go and live your life. I'm gonna tell you, there's something else behind this story, behind this success. In a simple, I'm gonna describe it in a simple way. In 2022, at the beginning of 2023, I lost it all. Meaning all, family, money. I was broke, and then after that, I gained it all back, and I still want more. So I wanna warn people: don't take trading like it's your life. Sounds ridiculous, but don't take it like it's your life because it has a lot of consequences, right? If you focus on trading and you're on your computer 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, you have a family, and then you put it to the side, trading trading can ruin everything for you. Like it can give you the best life ever you ever dreamed, but you gotta respect it. If you don't respect it, then there's gonna be a lot of consequences in this career. So set yourself a goal of at least 1 to 2 hours, and then just close your computer and forget about it. Forget about it, and don't ever come back until the next day or later on. Just relax your brain. So that's one of the stories I want to tell everybody, warn everybody. Um, just just take trading like a career. It's not a game.
That's so good. Like that's so well said and so powerful because it just it shows us that you're no longer a beginner trader. You're like in the middle of it because you've experienced that. Like it can be all encompassing and addictive and like the highs you just want to chase more of them and the lows hurt so bad that you just want to climb out as soon as you can and it can really
Yes.
like it sucks so much of your energy and then you can pour into it time and emotions and you can get
Yeah.
short with the people in your life.
Yeah.
It really impacts
Yeah.
everything.
So yeah. So when I began trading, that was the beginning of my downfall. Um, it sounds it sounds like it's like a nightmare, but that's what happened. I That's one of the things that you gotta respect trading. That's one of the biggest advice that I would give to the new trading community. Please, please, just sell yourself a time, 2 hours, 3 hours, no more than that. You gotta be very strict to yourself. Discipline will bring you little by little to success. And yes, and now sometimes I just go to sleep, place my order, and come back and already have my gains. But it was very painful. It was very painful learning all this process. But at the end
Yeah.
of the day, the pain is the pleasure of success.
Well said. Seems like you've had a lot of growth. So, I mean, speaking to that, you only do trading for a couple hours a day. It sounds like. What other habits and routines since becoming a trader have you developed and grown into that have really helped serve you in your growth process and your mindset to keep it sustainable?
Remember, the first rule that you have to have in your head is be patient, just like the snipers. Wait for the right moment to shot the bullet. And as soon as you get gains, nah, that's the difficult part. Oh
Yeah.
no, it's gonna get more. No, no more. No, no, less, no more. Don't think about it. Just say, I'm out, I'm out. Click it, bye. Yes, that's the way I do it now. Before, I would be like 2, 3 hours sitting down and waiting for that. I was basically gambling. But you know what? That gamble helped me to train my brain to be strong. So that's what I said. Since day one, don't follow this. Don't. Since day one, I broke the rules. I never follow the rules.
You know, Becky and I we've referred to it as like your teenage years. Like there's nothing, you have to go through it. Like people can tell you all this and that, you know, we heard all the great advice and tips, but you have to experience that for yourself and get disgusted
Yes.
with yourself enough to where you're like, okay, I'm done. Like I got to do this differently. Tell us
Oh no,
about
yes.
about when you took time earlier. You mentioned you took some time away. Tell us
Oh
how that.
yes. It took a lot of time because there was to a point that I felt that I was never gonna make it. I felt in depression because I really wanted to be successful in this. And I took at least 8 months off because I wanted to get my life back. First of all, mentally. That's what I wanted to rebuild again in me mentally. And then there were a few times that I really cried because I really cried like 3 or 4 times that I just said, this is it. I will never be good for this ever. And that's why I decided to take the time, bring the pieces of the puzzle together, and then when I felt like I was ready, I went back, and the first thing that I said to myself, okay, 70% of this game, nobody's ready psychologically. Nobody. Even if you get ready, you're still weak.
That's awesome. Great work. That's really it's a nice evolution and growth period that you have gone through. That's awesome. Um,
Yeah.
I
Thank
do
you.
want to know, you mentioned this earlier about your family, and I think that that's a big motivator for a lot of us is the why behind what we're doing and how much energy we're pouring into it. Because it's, yes, we want the money, because who doesn't want to be wealthy? I mean, let's be real. But you also have to have a big why that keeps you kind of going through the torturous phase of this. And so for you, do you want to elaborate a little bit more about your why and
Of
how it's so
course.
powerful for you?
Yes. Okay. My dad immigrated me here in the US in 2004. I was 15. I didn't even speak the language. I didn't even know the schools around here. So that was my beginnings in this country. 2013, everything started changing. That's when I got my first Social Security. I'm very proud of it, of what I've been through. And then in 2020, um, that's when I began. And then when I felt like I was already done in this profession, I wanted to quit. And I just remember my why. And my why was my mama. I haven't seen her for 20 years. And it's gonna be very disappointed if I don't take her what I promised to myself I was gonna take her. And what I wanted to take her is this profession. It doesn't matter if it takes me 2 more years to start real money. Simulation is my real money. And I'm gonna train my brain to make it happen just like that with real money. But it's gonna take time. It doesn't matter if it takes me 5 years to master it. It's not gonna go nowhere. My job right now is to keep funding my account and not risk my real money yet until I feel like now I'm ready.
It's beautiful. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Such a powerful testimony to the why has to be bigger than the money. There has to be that driving force every day that keeps us getting up, going back at it, because this is not a guaranteed profession. Money comes and goes like in seconds.
Yes. I started with an old computer, to be honest. When I started trading, I began with a $100 computer. From those refurbished computers from those kids from school at the elementary schools. Those free ones.
Yeah.
My wife bought me one of those computers for $100, and that's how I began trading with a little computer, the old computer, until I decided to just. Somebody blessed me, to be honest. One of my friends works with computers, and he got me like 4 monitors for free and a tower for free. And I felt like that's a blessing. And then, one of the things that I needed to learn and be sure about it, stop looking for the money. That's what was killing me. So just let it flow. The money is not important. The important part is to dominate your psychology. Nothing else matters. That's all. That's all it matters. 70% of it.
Or more. That's such an important lesson. Like, I love that. And we have found that, like, I do my best trading without my P&L on the screen, which is advice from my mentor many, many months ago. And it's like, it really is true. If you can just focus on your system and your trading and staying neutral and calm and in sync with Miss Market. And that's what gets you to your goals, like
Yeah.
almost insidiously, if you're just trying to be good at what this career you're trying to build and you're not focused on the outcomes and the money. Is just like,
Exactly.
I know I love trading and I want to do it. So I'm going to like focus on the process, which sounds like how you overcame a lot, is just like trusting yourself and learning and pivoting and really gaining each lesson and not getting rid of it.
One of the advice that I learned from one of the most successful traders today, the richest, he began when he was 14. I'm talking about Mr. Warren Buffett. He said once, everybody wants to be a millionaire, but not everybody wants to start from zero,
Yeah.
right? Everybody wants to be a millionaire, but nobody is down to the process,
Mhm.
painful process, right?
Mhm.
So this is one of the things I said to myself. I'd rather take a fail and keep failing, but I learn from that experience. And that's exactly what I want with trading. My fails taught me something, and I took it as a growth, not as a disappointment. I love my fails because they teach me what not to do the next time. That's how I mastered my trading career, failing.
Well said.
So strong. You don't have to start. You could start from nothing. This is one of the few fields that you can literally start from nothing and build from the ground up. And,
Yes.
none of us have any experience. None of us came from this background, had anyone to expose it to us. We just went after it for ourselves and we're doing it. So
Yes.
thank you for sharing that.
Thank
More people
you.
need to be aware of this opportunity. It's hard as hell and it will break you down. But if you just keep chipping away at it, we're getting there. All of us.
Yes. step by step. It's like something critical that I learned. No matter how long it takes you, as long as you don't stop, pretty sure you're gonna get there.
Yeah.
Really good. Jonathan, thank you so much for being with us today. Like, this was a
Thank you
great
so much.
conversation. I could talk to you all day. Like, I think all of us who are like decided that we're going to do this and keep pushing, like, there's similar stories, but a little different spin on it. And I really love your approach to all of it. And cheers to just keep building for our wise. Like, thank you for being
Of
here.
course, yeah, we'll be in touch, and if any new traders wants to contact me, I will give guys the information. You guys, new traders wanna um, come in touch with me, and then we can probably start trading together, and just simulations for the new students, the beginners. I'm more than happy to help them.
Thank you so much for being so open and, authentic with us and vulnerable, putting your story out there. It means a lot. It adds so much value to our channel. And this is what we created Market Mamas for, because we need to show up for each other and have real stories, real examples of what this looks like. There's enough, flashy YouTube videos and everyone, flossing with their with their Ferraris and their, I made however much and however much. But this is the real work, we're putting in, the relentless effort day after day, the sacrifice. And I definitely want to have you back.
My pleasure.
Come back with
Of
us.
course.
And we can
Yes.
continue the conversation as we continue to grow and evolve. Our best trading days are ahead.
All
Yes.
right. Have a good
All
day.
right. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
Bye.
you.
Everyone have a good day. Thanks for joining
Thank
us. Take
you.
care. Bye.
Take care.